We're back at the Luke Urban Fieldhouse for more Big 3 volleyball as the Hilltoppers host the Boxers from Brockton. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massu, joined once again by Durfee coach Kelly Bullier, and tonight is a big night here at the Fieldhouse as the Hilltoppers look to wrap up the Big 3 and claim a sole championship for the first time ever in Big 3 boys volleyball.
Yeah, this is a big deal. This is just one step closer to that banner, and I'm sure Coach Kelly is excited for this one tonight.
As am I, and as are you. So now the last time we were here was last week for the New Bedford match, and Durfee took that one. They swept the Whalers. From there, they hit the road, went up to Quincy for a rematch. They outlasted the Presidents in 5. So bottom line, they're playing great volleyball right now.
They are. They're locked in right now. They know their goal, and they're ready for it. They're trying to go get it, so they're doing a really good job. Really proud of them.
All right, big match tonight. Stick around for all the action. It's coming to you next on Fred TV. All right, and set number 1 is underway. So welcome back inside the Fieldhouse. Evan Massoud and Kelly Bullier with you for Big 3 boys volleyball. Hilltopper is going to start off behind after getting the opening serve there. That was a good block, but went out of play, Kelly.
Right. Really angling those hands back into the court is going to be their big goal today for the Hilltoppers against these big Brockton Boxers.
And that was another good block up front there. That was number 17, Mark Florestal, a sophomore for the Boxers. So he's had 2 nice blocks, but Durfee does get that point. So now we're all tied up again, 1-1. And the Durfee front line with a good block. Keys and Camara with the point for Durfee.
Great blocking there by Danny and Joe, getting their hands over the net and onto the Boxers' side. That's what you want to do. Keep your body off the net and just put your hands onto their side.
So for the second straight time, James Rebello on the serve, out of play. Durfee with a little 3-0 run here after falling behind 1-0. Boxers got this set, couldn't do anything with it. Now Branco to Camara, blocked up front, but I think we're going to give it to the net, right?
Right.
And it's actually on Joe. So Joe hitting the net, the violation there.
I think that little downward swing, Joe caught that net right on the final part of his swing there. So
3-2, early going, and we'll see Sean Delaney on the serve for the Boxers. So both teams playing pretty hot. You know, we talked about Durfee coming in playing good volleyball. They're at 7-5. They've won 3 in a row. Brockton 5-5. They have won 3 of their last 4. They're 2-1 in the Big 3. Durfee 2-0. So that's kind of why we're saying, you know, if Durfee can beat Brockton a second time here and go up 3-0 in the standings, no one's going to catch them. You know, it'll really be it'll determine whether or not it ends up being if Brockton can do anything against New Bedford in their final match, and that's going to be. We're pulling up the schedule here. So looking back at the schedule for Brockton, they played New Bedford to start the season. They swept them. And then Durfee swept Brockton. And then Brockton swept New Bedford. So actually, my bad. So 2-1, yeah. They've already played 3 matches.
Right.
And so basically, they have to win today to stay alive in the Big 3. And they could basically force a tie between Durfee and themselves. New Bedford's pretty much out of the equation. So Durfee trying to avoid that, and as we said, take their first ever Big 3 championship, a solo championship in boys volleyball, which would just be fantastic.
Yeah. Coach Kelly and I are, you know, alumni volleyball players, and having a banner for him for the first time would be, you know, great accomplishment. I always look up at the banner from when I was back here in my junior year and tell my girls that, hey, the next date on there needs to be when I'm coaching. So
yeah. Durfee going back on the serve. A tough one there. Joe went
Right.
sliding down, and you see the frustration, kind of slapping at the court there. But that's all right. You know, get him next time. For Brockton, if you're just tuning in, Brockton wearing all black uniforms with white lettering and numbers. Durfee in the multicolored red, black, and white, mostly white. And Brockton's libero is number 2. And that is Kiet Tai, a junior. He's in red. Durfee is without their libero for this match. So you're just going to see some normal subbing.
Right.
Nothing, no freedom, if you will.
Right. Coach Kelly's going to be keeping Danny Keys, our middle hitter there, number 20, in the back row to show off a little bit of his defense. And he's been doing pretty well. So I think he can count on him, and we don't necessarily need to have that libero back there taking him out of the game.
Yeah, Keys, he did get some playing time in that back row in the New Bedford match, and he looked good.
Yes.
Joe didn't go for the jump serve there, went just for kind of your generic swing, if you will, but didn't get over the net, so we'll try again next time. Now we'll see Mike Millian on the serve for Brockton. Tied 6-6, so kind of back and forth here to start the action. No real good runs. Joe with some power there. It is played now right along the sidelines. This will be the third touch sent over by David Joseph. Nilanera into the game, trying for points, couldn't get it. And Brockton will get the point. Looks like another.
So that was
there we go.
a back row attack.
Yep.
Joe
came running in, right?
Right. So
yeah.
the movement that the ref just made with his hand there. Joe is in the back row, so he is not allowed to jump and hit the ball above the plane of the net in front of that blue line, which is the 10-foot line.
Yep.
So he has to stay behind that in order to make that play.
Which is why that last one was permissible. He was behind
exactly.
the blue line.
Yep. All those little rules that people miss sometimes. And
oh, yeah.
Yep, back row player's going to stay in that back row.
Well, it's kind of like, we were talking about the ceiling last time, and until you really pointed it out, I never realized that middle screen is just off to one side. It's not dead center because of the lighting track. So you kind of taught me something new. Not normally am I looking up at the ceiling. I'm looking at the play.
Exactly.
So, but it is important. The ceiling's in play, and there are certain rules, just like with baseball or football, whatever. Everybody's got their specific little rules, and every venue has their own specific quirks, and everything's important. Nice play in the back there by Kamara. Nilan trying to get the kill, and he does there with authority. And
great swing there.
2-point Durfee lead, 9-7.
Brockton had their hands up for that block, but just not penetrating the net or getting their hands onto the Durfee side kind of sometimes causes that ball to drop straight down in front of you.
Soft touch right there from number 12, Sten Bruno. And he's going to get the set here. No, he fakes it. They went to the far side to Phillips, Shane Phillips. Durfee with another point, though.
Yep, Nilan again with that nice hit there and using his block very well to get that ball right off their hands and straight out in front of them.
John Karam will continue to serve. Branco flips it over, trying to catch the defense napping, and he almost did. Now Keys off the fingertips. Out. That one with, again, a lot of power behind it, but that one's sailing too far. So Hilltoppers up 4, largest lead for either side here in the early going. Played by Joseph. The set going to Phillips. Nice play in the back by Kamara. Keys trying to drop it in, and he does. 12-7, a 5-point lead. And, again, these two teams squaring off to basically open the season. And Brockton actually having to play New Bedford and Durfee their first 2 matches. I asked both coaches about that, and it can be difficult because you don't have any real warm-up time, and you're playing games that mean a lot.
Right.
This is a 3-team league. You play 4 league games. This is not like the Mayflower where you're playing 10 or 12.
Exactly.
And you can start with a league game because you got time to make them up. it's not about making excuses per se, and both
Right.
coaches were clear on that. But I can tell you that Coach Olson from Brockton really doesn't like it, and
Right.
I don't blame him. These are big games. They really shouldn't start the season.
Exactly.
In my opinion, start against a Quincy
Mm-hmm.
or a Taunton or a DR, something like that. Where it's a decent matchup,
Right.
but everybody's getting their feet wet. Leave these, the big money games for
Yeah.
kind of the middle to the end of the season when teams are in a groove and the games are on the line. They mean a lot.
Exactly. And sometimes with your schedule, it just happens that way.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a little bit nicer when you can arrange your schedule to work, in your favor, or at least seeing those games later on when you're kind of in your flow.
So, and to that point, Durfee took the first matchup between these two teams on the road. Durfee swept Brockton, and many could argue, all right, that was Durfee's first match. Totally different team, both sides.
Exactly.
So to just say, oh well, Durfee outpowered Brockton, they swept them. You can't go back and really dissect that match and say,
True.
oh, matchup to matchup, yeah, we got to really defend against this now, because both teams are totally different 10 matches later.
Oh, yeah.
14-9 the score. Played by Rebello, set by Branco. Keys!
Nice.
Took out the libero.
Great
Kietai.
swing there.
My gosh.
Great swing. Danny can really get a handle on that ball sometimes, and he had a great set by number 7 there, our setter, Cam Branco, and just he got a piece of that, and that was nice.
It was like a pinball. Off one, off
Right.
another, and then that's it. Really a good hit right there from Keys. Durfee up now 6 points, 15-9. As we had a timeout called by Coach Olson, who I did not know this. Coach Olson basically started the boys volleyball program at Brockton. I said,
Yeah.
how long have you been coaching at Brockton? He says, I don't know, like 30 years. He said, I started the program. I said, no kidding. I honestly did not know that. So kind of a Brockton legend, if you will,
Right.
in the house here.
I think it was my freshman or sophomore year here at Durfee that we started a boys program, and Coach Olson was coaching back then.
Yeah.
So
No, so good to see him again. Always like to see, some of the visiting coaches, how long they've been coaching with a team. And by far, Coach Olson, one of the longest running for any sport that I've, any coach
think
I've
so.
talked to. Yeah, I mean, to be three decades, that's a long time to be coaching. So
definitely.
plenty of experience, that's for sure. These boxers are well led, that's for sure. Going to the far side, it's going to sail out of play as David Joseph sent it for a ride.
I think that tipped off Danny Keys there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Brockton's going to keep it.
Yep.
So maybe a lucky break there because it didn't look like there was much redirection.
Right. Just a little.
Just a little. Again, tough on our angle. Tough to see that, when you're going left to right, blocked right at the net. So the Hilltoppers got to play it again. Keys will send it over on the third. And coming to the near side here, that was Million. Keys trying again. Great block up front.
Nice one there.
From Florestal. Good height, really climbed the ladder and just dropped it straight down to the court. So 2 straight points for the Boxers. They try to close the gap here in set number 1. Branco with the set. Camara coming in, blocked and denied once again. Keys tips it over. And the Hilltoppers getting lucky there as we kind of play the tightrope with the ball.
Yep. Sometimes that play happens so fast. You're like, wait a second, what happened there? And it looked like someone either hit that twice or there might have been a carry on that play on the Brockton side.
Yeah, lucky break because that looked like it was not going to turn out well for Durfee, but Keys got there just barely. Rebello plays it defensively. It goes right back to Brockton. They set again. Now the near side to Million. We'll try it one more time with another set. That was number 18. That was Phillips. Now Camara drops it in the corner.
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness. That was in.
That was in.
That was a miss.
That was in.
right in on the corner.
At least from our angle, it looked
absolutely. No, it was. And I know
Yeah.
you always say that's the hardest angle for the official on the ladder, but the Hilltoppers got robbed right there. There was nobody home in that corner for Brockton, and Joe found it. That's out.
Joe's really been doing well working that line and getting the ball straight down the line and hitting that far corner. And it's a great spot. It's very difficult for your defense to play and to reach that corner. So if he can, really control it and get that ball there, then you're usually getting a point every time.
That's going to sail out. I mean, well, naturally it only makes sense because especially if you're on the near side and you're hitting with your right hand, your natural spot is to go to the opposite side. There's more room to play.
Right, exactly.
So if you're right, exactly. Everybody's going to line up that way. If you can really control it, it's like a pitcher, getting the corner of the plate. It's the same principle. Yep. That falls in as well. So Brockton hanging tough, 17-14 now. And you wonder if that missed point went Durfee's way. If the Hilltoppers still be serving, maybe things change a little bit here in the middle part of set number 1. Keys plays it. Branco with the set. And a whistle.
There's a double contact there called on Cam Branco. I think that's probably the toughest call to make as a referee, and watching your setter's hands to make sure they're not carrying the ball or holding it for too long, or they're not making that double contact where one hand hits it and then the other.
It's got to be simultaneous springboard action, basically.
Nice and clean, not much spin.
And now Joe, totally separate and totally different from that last kill that he got robbed on, just lobbing it in there, reading the defense, getting the point, getting the ball back. For Durfee, a little bit of a collision, third touch, and Keys comes to the rescue, but it goes out of play. So Brockton will serve again. As both teams piling up the points here. It's 18-16. Durfee still ahead as Million will serve.
Keeping it a close, exciting game, that's for sure.
Hilltoppers have not trailed since that first point. And are we going to have another double touch? Yep, we are. And now the Boxers could tie this back up with their 18th point as Million will serve once again. Keys going down to get it. Branco setting to DiCavallo, who swats it over. Oh, man, with authority right there. Boxers tie it up thanks to Shane Phillips right in front. Look to have a little bit of help there from Sten Bruno, who's also playing that front line.
That was a great swing. Nice quick set by the Boxers setter. And for our defense, not having our hands up sometimes to be quick enough to get that, hands up to block there. We've had some nice plays of the net so far. Some blocking, some good hits.
Yeah, both sides looking strong, pretty evenly matched. John Karam going to get to serve for the second time as Durfee pulls back ahead after that Brockton serve went right into the net. Karam gets it over, played by Ty. Bruno sends it over. Karam to Branco, who lofts it for Nera, and he sends it out of play. Knotted up again, 19 aside. Shane Phillips will serve. Looking at Brockton, one thing compared to some of the other Brockton teams in the past is Keys. That one drops in.
Nice.
And I'll be honest, that was more borderline than Joe's call, but we won't go there.
I would have said that. I was going to say the same thing.
So I think that one might have been going in no matter what. But looking at the size, Brockton, not the tallest team we've seen from Brockton in years past. That was one thing I was surprised.
You're right.
Durfee actually has them, I guess you could say outnumbered in the height department. Yes. Joe Camara with the kill.
Good back row attack there. And same thing that we were talking about before, him not being able to step in front of that line. If he lands in front of the line, then that's okay. He's just got to leave from behind and not make that contact above the height of the net.
That sails out of play. Another borderline. Brockton looking for the tip, not liking the call.
I was going to say, I thought that was going to be called a tip there because It kind of looked like it landed in and changed direction a little bit, but
well, no argument.
we're not the referees.
Yeah, no argument from Coach Olson. So Branco bails him out, and it drops in. How about that? Brendan Kelly with a big grin.
Nice. Yep, that ball is in play if it lands on the line. If it touches that line, then it's in play. And without line judges, it's really difficult, you know, to make that call sometimes. And you just got to go on what the referees say. And so that was a good one.
Just like tennis, the line is in play.
Yeah.
If it's outside the line, then no. But the line's there as part of the field of play.
Right.
And Durfee building a 4-point lead again and just 2 points away from taking the first set. We should mention that Durfee's JV team came out on top 2-1. So
they did.
So they pulled it out.
They love going into 3 games.
I know.
team.
I know. They mess up our schedule here. What can I say? But no, glad to see. So they 2 home matches against Big 3 teams. They beat New Bedford last week as well in 3 sets. So
awesome.
JV not doing too shabby either. Out of the timeout, Cam Branco will continue to serve. Been very impressed with his service game this season in the matches we've seen.
Yeah.
Once he gets going, and he doesn't do too much either, but once he gets going, it just can't seem to get him out of there, and now we got a set point. Brockton unable to play and return that one to the Hilltoppers, so Branco can close out set number 1 here. No set. They got to send it over on the third. That was going out, but Thomas Michael decided to play it. Kept in. Camara will send it out of play.
Nice try there.
You know, when they're falling fast like that and, you know, it's coming right towards you and you're right on the line, it's got to be a tough perspective to determine whether to leave it, let it go, or to actually play it. So 24-20. Brockton's still alive, but now their fate is sealed. They drop the first set, 25-20. Durfee with the 1-0 lead after 1 set. Always good to start out ahead, especially in a best of 5, right?
Definitely. Great play by both teams. Kept it nice and close. Those are always the fun games to watch when they're kind of back and forth. Some great playing at the net, both sides with blocking, hitting. So I think this is going to be looking to be a good one.
I would say so. We'll have the second set momentarily, so stick around. Set number 2 underway. Oh, a tough serve. Kamara plays it, kept in, and Thomas Michael gets it over on the third touch there. Nicely done. And that's going to go out of play. Brockton starts off ahead thanks to David Joseph. So they started off ahead 1-0 in the first set. Durfee came back, went on a 4-0 run. Let's see what happens here in set number 2. Evan Massoud and Kelly Bullier with you on Fred TV as the Hilltoppers look to wrap up the Big 3 tonight. If they can win it, if they win this match, they win the Big 3 and we'll raise a banner. So lots on the line, and of course Durfee, if they win the Big 3, automatically get into the playoffs, but this would be their 8th win if they win it. So looking good overall record and seeding-wise as well. So this is a really big one tonight, probably the biggest game of the season. Good rally going here after Durfee got it back. Kamara, wow, nice. Nothing that back line can do. As Shane Phillips just got a taste of what Joe Kamara can do.
Right. Great swing by Joe there and making sure on the Brockton side that, when passing, your hands are ready to go and put them up if you need to. Or
yeah.
Quick reaction time there.
Rebello could not get that serve over, so back tied up now. 2-2. That's going to stay in. Oh, Thomas Michael couldn't play that one. So Brockton will go back out in front by a point. And Bruno on the serve again. That's a good serve.
Nice serve.
More of a line drive almost. Blocked again. I'll tell you, the Florestal, Joseph up front, that Brockton front line, we saw Bruno up there as well. Very impressed by the blocking at the net by the Boxers here early in this match.
For not the tallest Brockton team, they're getting their hands on a lot of balls, and they're high above the net. They're jumping very well. Yeah,
I know. Keys is a couple inches above the tallest boxer, and he's having trouble getting it by them. So very impressive, and that was played there. It went out of play off of Keys. So again, Brockton will keep it. They're up 5-2. This is their largest lead of the match. Michael having some trouble back there. I think Kamara. Oh, that was Keys getting back there to send it back over. Great hustle. Now Joe on the far side. It is played by Bruno, sent back over, and now Michael with a better play on it there. I thought we might have saw a tip. Thought I might have heard it.
That was a tough one, yep.
But it didn't seem to redirect, so Nillen with a lot of power, but it went out. Nice job by Thomas. Set by Branco, coming back to, I believe that was Keys.
Yep.
Blocked in front by Keys and Nera. And now a whistle, and Hilltoppers will go. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't Nera. My bad.
Oh, no,
it was Cardoso.
Yep. Tough to see around that.
Tough to see around
that.
And you know,
stand.
it's funny.
I'm like, wait.
Nillen for the longest time had the longer hair, and I still picture Nillen with the longer hair. I thought it was him. It was Cardoso. So even better. Nice job in blocking there by Cardoso. Now Di Carvalho back in as the rotation continues. Keys to the back line. Branco back there too. Where is it? Oh, nobody home.
Some miscommunication there.
Yep.
It's tough when your setter has to take the first ball, when they have to pass that first ball, because they typically set, obviously, the second ball. Knowing who's going to take that second ball to set it, to get the setup to someone in the front row, you can always have kind of that miscommunication at that point.
Yep. Yeah, the first touch is really the reset.
Yes.
Then it's the set, and then hopefully the finish. And there's Branco again, so he's playing that back row, unable to set, kind of, and this may be part of, losing, not having the libero here tonight, not having Eddie with the team tonight, so that's probably shaking things up a little bit and forcing Branco back to the back line.
Right. A lot of times in volleyball, your libero will take that second ball. If the setter takes the first one, they're in a good position to set either side. the pass is probably on the defense up, you know, right in the center of the court. So they're really at a good angle to make that pass happen. Eddie was a setter his freshman year, so he even had some great hands to add to that too. So
Camaro going to try to play it. Nice. He did, and that's going to go out of play. So Durfee with the point. Not your conventional set as Branco had to loft it, but Camaro came in charging and made the play. So back to a 2-point deficit, 7-5. Durfee trails, but chipping away in the second set. Cardoso on the serve, another good one. That one kind of a softer serve. And that is going to be Brockton ball going out of play on the far sideline.
That was a good attempt by Branco there. As your setter goes to the front row, now he's able to jump at the net. And if you have a setter that is pretty quick, can jump well, they can really turn on a ball that Brockton may think is going to be set at that point, but then Branco's going over on the second pass, so that works out well.
That's going to drop in no man's land. But you're absolutely right, and we already saw Branco do that, actually, in that first set where he just kind of decides that, you know, I'll loft it over, not going to set it, and try to catch the defense napping.
Yeah, he right over his shoulder, usually that'll work, or, you know, kind of one like that where he can get a tight ball that's to the net that he can jump up and swing.
Good serve from Camara. Even better block up front by DiCavallo and Nera. Branco will set up. Nera denied up front by number 9, senior Jalen Lee. And the Boxers get the ball back. That was a ridiculous block.
That was a great block. They really call that a kind of a joust, too, when they go up there and push against each other. And I think Nilan Nera got called for the net after he landed there.
Setting Joe up in the back. Got it over. That might have been going out, but Keys plays it. Again, Branco having to loft it. Can't set it the conventional way. Nice soft touch, and it. Oh, Joe almost had we talked
Tough
about
one.
the pancake that we
Tough
saw Branco
one,
last week. Joe almost got there.
Exactly. Sometimes you got to read those, you know, that play a little bit better. If you can see your hitter going up with his hand already in the air, it's probably going to be a tip. Ready to move on that. Oh, I think we have the Boxers in the net on that one.
So Durfee with the point. 10-7 is the score in favor of Brockton. And looks like Karam coming back in to serve. He is. Good serve.
Great serve.
Kind of punched at it.
See, he's been serving really well lately. He's had a lot of top spin on his serve.
Yeah.
He played a little bit in the JV game as well and was jump serving a little, and he's getting a good handle on it.
Trying to set up Keys. And it sails out. Hilltoppers a little frustrated right now. Not getting some of the breaks. Getting some good swings, though, just not falling in.
Yep.
So back to a 4-point lead for Brockton here in the second set, 11-7. And we'll see now Edgar Perez on the serve.
Nice.
Oh, wow, there you go. Again,
that was a great swing.
It sure was. Second time we saw Tien go down to the ground on a spike.
That was awesome. Great pass by Joe. You know, on a serve receive like that, and you as a back row player can get that ball to your setter quickly. Danny was ready to go. That's, you know, Cam Branco got the ball out of his hands so fast. Brockton's defense wasn't even ready for that one. That was a great swing.
Oh, it's tip, played in the back, now setting up Nilan. Joe keeps it going, blocked in front, still in play. And Hilltopper's going to get the point. That was a tough rally.
A little carry there on the Brockton side. It's tough when you block the ball, you can block and then you can also then pass that ball. It's not you know, a double hit there.
Exactly, because first you're defending, then you're going offensively, right?
So sometimes it hits off your hand so quickly that a lot of kids, or, you know, a lot of players will put their hand out so their palm is facing up, and then they typically get a carry called on that, depending on how it hits their hand or how long it stays in their hand.
That one goes long. A 2-point game again, 12-10. Continue to trade possessions. Haven't really seen either side go on a substantial run, aside from maybe the end of that first set when Durfee went out. I think they had maybe 4 or 5 points in a row. For the most part, we've really seen a back-and-forth effort here. Oh, trying to send it over, but short. Joseph didn't get a good look at that. And Hilltoppers only down by 1 now with a chance to tie. And they'll look to Ribello, who will keep serving. Delaney with the set. Joseph can't get it over. It was blocked at the net. Blocked again.
I think Danny caught the net there on the way down.
Yep. And it's shaking violently, too. You can tell there was contact there. There's no doubt about that this time. Brockton getting it back. And Sten Bruno will serve yet again. Not as many boxers getting to serve in the match. I'm noticing that Coach Olson has maybe a select few he wants in that back to serve. We're not seeing everybody with an opportunity to serve. Kind of been the same, maybe 3 or 4 guys. Branco going to set up Camara right in there on the corner.
Nice. Right down that line again.
Oh, now Coach Olson really not happy.
Yep.
Again, maybe thinking that there was a deflection or something, but
right, I think he was thinking that ball was out, and
maybe
all the Brockton players put their hands up like it was out of bounds.
Coach Olson, he didn't complain about the first one, but that one didn't like that call at all. Branco has to send it backwards. DiCavallo lets it bounce off the net. It goes to Brockton's side, and we're going to have a double touch here on, Tied up, 13 aside. Durfee pulls even. Keys is going to serve. A little knuckleball in the air. We said the kind of no spin. Great height, great drive there from Joseph off the defense, and Brockton gets it right back. Neck and neck here.
I know. I love these. I love these games. I like to see, close games where both teams are working hard, and we have some great defense on both sides. We have some great plays up at the net, and keeps it interesting and keeps it pretty fun to watch.
Well, exactly. That's the whole thing. It keeps your attention. Camara puts it away, does not hit the net that time, so a clean kill. But, yeah, I mean, it keeps your attention because, let's face it, I mean, yeah, if the home team is blowing out the opponent, yeah, it's just fun, but it's one of those where, all right, they're so in control.
Exactly.
You start just not paying attention as much.
Yeah.
Something like this has been a really fun match so far. Still in play. Joe sends it over. Now Brockton trying to get it back off the antenna. Hilltoppers with a lead here in the second set. I think it's actually the first lead change we've had in the second set.
Yeah.
I don't think Durfee's ever had the lead.
Had the lead, right.
They've tied it a couple times, but never got to pull ahead. And now tied up once again, as we'll credit Florestal with the point there off of Cardozo. And now David Joseph will serve.
Nice serve.
Really good serve. Camara trying to drop it in. Nice job by Ty to keep it out, to keep it going, but it goes out of play.
Way to track that ball by Danny there in the back. We talked about, I think, last game on how tall he is, sometimes not knowing where that backcourt is and if that ball's going to travel out of bounds, but he tracked it very well and went right to that line. And that actually helps out the referee a little bit because you can tell whether that ball's in or out.
Yeah.
And it's a good, a good way to follow it all the way, and then you can call that play almost for the ref.
Yeah, basically. You're right. Absolutely. And now Durfee with a 2-point lead here in the second set. Joe skims the top of the net. Sent over by Phillips. Branco with a set here for Nera. Still in play as Ty plays it. The set to Phillips yet again. Keys can't handle it. One of the rare times he got overmatched.
I know, yep.
Came kind of right at his face.
Yeah.
So Durfee will give it up, but they hold their lead, and they'll make Brockton have to earn it to tie it back up, as stepping into serve in the back there is Florestal. And that was a good serve, too. Not as much downward motion on it, but out of play coming right towards us.
Great swing by Nara there.
Yes, and good effort from Shane Phillips as well, trying to get there to save it. Oh, that's right on the line, a borderline call.
That was a tough one.
Ooh.
Yeah, looking at those
Very
lines,
close.
It's such a tough angle. Our court here at Durfee with the blue lines, you can definitely see a little bit better. I know some courts really tough. When you have the wood floor like Taunton, and they have orange or yellow lines, that's a really, really tough one to see.
Yeah, well, it's in all those earth tones. You know, you're right. At least this a very unique color.
Right.
And all the logos do stand out. All the lines really stand out very well here in the field house.
Right.
So the floor's held up. I know it was done, a few years back.
Yep.
And considering the abuse, I remember my freshman and sophomore year, it was still the old floor, and you had some of those splits, splits in the rubber, because it's a rubberized floor.
Right.
So you had some almost like basically cuts, long strips where it was split open, and then they basically, to keep it from untethering, they basically like waxed it down almost, so they almost sealed.
Yeah.
And you still had the cut, but it was matted down a bit, and they redid it, and it does look really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like our court. I'm still a fan of the wooden court.
Love it.
But
I think
it's not bad here.
I think my senior year was the first year that they had this middle volleyball court. We used to play on the side court.
That's
and
right.
In my senior year, we got to play here in the middle, so that was fun.
Sent back over on the third. Now the setter there, Delaney, trying to catch Durfee off guard. Nice dig there from David Joseph to keep it going. An even better block in front by Bruno. And now we're looking to Phillips. Durfee with the point.
Not in bounds. Nice. That was a great rally there. Great back and forth. We had some good blocks. Had some great cover by Joe Camara there to pick up that ball that after Danny swung and got blocked. And both teams working hard. Brockton's doing a great job, and so is Durfee. And this is a tight match.
That was a hard-fought point to tie it up at 19. And off of Michael. Wow, that was a great kill from Bruno. And now 20 points for Brockton. This one may go past 25 points.
Yeah, it could.
Again, you got to win by 2 to take a set. You got to win it by 2. So, if it's 24-24, you have to go to 26. So.
Right. I think the JV game, the first match, ended up 27-25.
Yes.
In the first one.
Mm-hmm. I think that was the set that Durfee took, right? Brockton took the second.
Yes.
And then Durfee took the third for the win. The serve for Robinson Bazile just into the game, and that's a miscommunication there, allowing Joseph a second look, and he found the open court, dropped it right in.
Overpass by Cardozo. Those are tough. Brockton's missed quite a few serves in these past two. I think Durfee's only had one missed serve in these two sets here, but
yeah, maybe one of the only things that you can fault them, that you can look at and be critical of is, yes, Brockton has missed. They've hit quite a few into the net. Rebello right on that line. That was very close. His toe kind of twisted, and that's tipped. And Joseph getting another point for the Boxers. Looking good here in the latter part of the second set.
Still anybody's game.
Still anybody's game. 22-20, and Sten Bruno will serve. Played by Rebello. Camara's got to send it over on the third touch. Delaney with the set back to Joseph, who's hot right now, but Branco swats it back. Delaney chasing after it. Bruno coming in to play it. Now a set for Keys.
Nice.
Keys drops it in. That's a big point right there for the Hilltoppers.
That's a nice set for Danny. Keeping it low right above the height of the net. Danny's moving quick and can get up there as, as soon as that ball leaves the setter's hand, and he just gets on top of that ball. It's great.
And now he'll serve. Good serve. That ball just dropped off the table. Delaney trying to catch the D napping, and he will get the point. 23-21. Boxers want to avoid falling behind in an 0-2 hole here and trying to take the second set and tie things up one aside. Delaney with the serve. That'll sail out, and it's a 1-point game again, 23-22.
So important to keep those serves in play. I mean, you're giving the other team a point, for either side. I tell my girls that all the time. Make sure the ball goes in play because you want them to earn their point. You don't want to just give it to them on a missed serve.
Absolutely. Delaney with the set. Joseph again. He's denied.
Nice.
Look at the play by Ty for the Boxers to keep that in.
Great
and that's going to fall. Well, I'll tell you, what a heck of an effort from Ty.
It was a great up.
Durfee comes away with the point. We are tied 23-23. And Coach Olson standing. I'm wondering if we're going to have a timeout.
Yep.
We are. Kind of a delayed call there, but he gets the timeout. Clock is running. 75 seconds for the timeout. And you said anybody's game. This is as neck and neck as we've seen any set
close
this season. 23-23. And, I mean, really, both sides not doing anything wrong per se.
No,
They're all playing great.
Both playing hard, and it's little miscommunications, and sometimes, in these games where it is so close, your nerves are going, and you sometimes forget to say that you're going to go get that ball, and you really got to talk to your teammates there.
Yeah, one thing I've learned from seeing all these games is that if you don't talk, things break down very quickly.
Yes.
It is all communication. Because, I mean, if you're looking up at the ball, you don't know where your teammates are.
Right,
Just
exactly.
hearing them is going to make a big difference to understand how much room you have, where people are.
Yep.
Delaney with the set. That is out. Coach Kelly with the call right away.
He's getting excited back there. He knows.
Jalen Lee sent it for a ride. Cardozo can serve out the second set. I would say this would, if they can get 2 straight points here and close it out, this would be a bit of a steal because Hilltoppers were down for most of this, not by much, but most of this second set. If they can take this one, it would be huge. Ty digs it out. Delaney to Lee. Lee with a little lobber. They'll go to Branco now to the far side to Joe. It's in for the point. The Hilltoppers take game 2.
Great job.
25-23, and I think Cole Jolson might have looked towards the official again to ask where that was. There's been some very close borderline calls.
Yep.
But the Hilltoppers with a now commanding 2-0 lead.
Great job. Great comeback there. And
yeah, they worked hard for that one.
Yeah. That's always the toughest when you're at that 22-22, 23-23, and you're looking to just get a couple points and rally those off pretty quickly. And, that's tough to keep focused and stay on top of it. So they did a great job there and really came together at the end of that game.
So a huge set number 2 victory, a comeback victory. Set number 3 coming up next on Fred TV. Set number 3 about to start here. Cam Branco will start the service game. Good serve to start it. Kind of a net skimmer just above it. Thomas Michael to Cam for the set. Oh, nice job by Delaney to keep that in. Now Nera will try to kill it. Joseph sends it back. Keys to Branco. Far side to Cardozo for the point. Hilltoppers start off ahead for the first time in any set so far. They lead 2-0 in the best-of-5 set. Evan Massoud and Kelly Bollier with you for Big 3 Boys Volleyball on Fred TV. And the Hilltoppers, again, if you just join us, I'd say they kind of stole that second set. I really would. It's not that it was one-sided, but they trailed for most of it by a couple points.
Yeah, they worked really hard at the end there and brought it back. And you can tell just from the start of this one that they have some momentum. They're ready to go, and they're feeling good. So
that was very close, but it trickled out of play there. Another great block by that Brockton front line. But that time, it just sailed out of play. They were not able to drop it in. So 2-0 Hilltoppers. Joseph coming back, and that is in right on the corner.
Nice swing.
I am very impressed by him. He's a senior for the Boxers, and you know we didn't see much of him in that first set, but the second set and now here to start the third, when he's up front, he's been doing a lot.
Right, and for not the tallest player out there, he's getting above that ball and really getting a nice swing on it and nice snap at the top to get that ball down.
Kind of like that from Keys. Third point for the Hilltoppers goes to Danny Keys.
Danny's had quite a few of those tonight.
Yep. I said this in the New Bedford match. You know, I lose track sometimes of who's who and, you know, what year the players are at. And I really did. I thought Danny was a senior this year. So I am so glad he's back again next year.
Me too.
All right, that's going back. Oh, little collision there between Thomas and James, but no worse for wear, still in play. Nice block up front by Cardozo and Keys. Cardozo can't dig that one out. And it'll be 3-2. Brockton will serve. Again, Durfee leading 2-0 here against Brockton. Have already beaten Brockton once, have already beaten New Bedford once, and if they win this match, they will be Big 3 champs. Oh, that looks close, too. And again, that's far side, very tough to tell, but it looks very close. Yep. But yes, Durfee, if they win this match, they punch their ticket to the playoffs, and they will win the Big 3 outright for the first time.
Oh, tough set there for Danny.
A horrible set, but the other thing is that the net moved. So you're telling me that there was no contact from Brockton there on the net. I sure thought there was.
Yeah, from my angle, I couldn't really see it. It looked like the ball had hit it, but we don't know.
Camara, there's the corner, and that time it's called in.
That was a good one.
Joe with that near corner again.
He's getting so close to that line. Just painting the line there, and good job.
4-4 as Keys serves for Durfee. Going in, our first ace of the game.
Yes.
Hilltoppers back ahead. Good serve there. That one a little shorter. Joseph. Oh, Keys going down to dig it. Oh, and then it drops. Great swing from Joseph.
Yep.
Keys in the right place at the right time, but just no help up front. And again, that's where you got to talk. You got to communicate. Nobody broke towards the net, and it just dropped. Now Joseph will serve. Jump serve. That's a great serve.
Great serve.
Branco to Camara. Coming back. Got to play it. Nice job by Rebello. Branco in the right spot. DiCavallo sends it over now. Delaney to the far side. A whistle. And it might have been a double touch. It was. Hilltoppers get the point. A lot of back and forth in that rally. Durfee comes away victorious. Cardozo will serve. Delaney out of play. No tip. Great swing from Phillips. But he's one that we've seen tonight. He's got really good power, but he's not getting it down, and it has sailed out on him a couple times. Maybe he's the one going for more of a tip than just straight down, but if you don't get that tip, you're just giving the point away.
That was a tough set for him, too. Oh, someone was in the net there. Oh, yep, number 13, Nelson DiCavallo.
Yeah.
Just skimming the net.
Yep, so Hilltoppers committing the foul there. Brockton back on the serve. And it is Florestal. That lands in. Oh, what happened there?
Now the first ace for Brockton tonight.
It was. Not as clean of an ace as the Hilltoppers ace, but nonetheless, it is an ace for Brockton. And again, kind of a little breakdown in communication. Yep. This is not the time to get complacent. You don't want Brockton to think they have a chance to come back in this match. This is a big match, and basically their backs are against the wall. They're playing for their life right now. Rebello will sub out as Nilanera comes back in. I'd have to say that this rotation, I think, is probably their strongest.
Yep.
And that's sailing out, Joe, just a little long on the serve. This is a really good rotation for them. I prefer it when Keys is in front, but still good in the back as well. I mean, big presence here as well with this group. Keys will play it. Branco underneath for the set. Good set to DiCavallo, and it comes back and hits him in the face. Man, tough to take.
Good block.
It was a great set, a great swing, and an even better block. 8-8, we're tied. As Million sends it over again. We'll try it again. This time Nera goes over the block. That was good placement, just it didn't fall. Joseph had to come in for it. Another block, well played by Cardozo in the right place at the right time. Nera is determined for a point, and he sends it into the net. And it's a 2-point Brockton lead as they're starting to put some points together. Mike Million will serve once again. Cardozo plays it. Keys trying to get it to Nera. They'll have to send it over after 3 touches. Delaney with the set. That is in for the point. Nobody home back there. And it appears that that was Phillips. That time it did not sail out. That was a good swing.
Sometimes you gotta adjust your defense a little bit there for Durfee in the back row. Our back row players were up a little bit further into the court, and sometimes you just need to start to adjust to those different hitters and stay back a little bit more so you can move forward on the hit.
That was a great dig on a very strong kill attempt from Nera. Phillips sends it over. Now Keys back to Branco, back to Nera.
Nice.
And that sails out.
Oh, I thought there was a touch on that one, too, as the Hilltoppers looking up at the refs, asking for it.
So 12-8, 4-point Brockton lead. And I think if they get maybe one more, we might see a timeout called by Coach Kelly. Camara. Well, that was going out.
It was.
Man, the Hilltoppers get a lucky point there. Million played it. It was coming right at him and probably just couldn't get out of the way.
Yeah. Hey, but just getting out of that rotation, just sometimes you get stuck in a rotation where, maybe you can't get a good pass to your setter or we're not hitting in the front row. And just to be able to get out of the rotation can work, and sometimes it can't.
Yeah. So a tough serve there for Thomas Michael. Goes out of play. Brockton will get to control once again. Joe setting to Branco. Keys back up front and takes out Ty for the 3rd time. Third tie is a charm. 13-10 now. Thank you very much. Seriously. It's almost like Keys says, I'm going after you, buddy.
Man, that Brockton's libero, he's a great player. Great player.
Joseph, it's off
Oh,
the
and
fingertips of the front line for Durfee, and it falls in play. So they will take over again, Brockton will. Yeah, Kiet Tai, the libero for Brockton, is a junior. So Coach Olson has him around for another year. Bruno will serve. Camara to Branco to Keys.
There it is again.
Man, it's like clockwork. Perfect timing on the set.
Fantastic.
And the kill.
That's just a great play. If you get a pass like that, Cam can put that ball right in Danny's hands, and it's coming at you. You got to be ready for that one.
Branco's in the back line now, so we'll have to set from behind that blue line. Delaney, far side to Joseph, looking for more, and it's off of Rebello. Nothing he could do there. Joseph and Keys really controlling the kills here in this third set.
Yeah, definitely.
And Delaney will serve. Brockton up 4 points.
Good pass.
Keys blocked, and it falls in.
You know, that's that same play every time. He's got a nice short set. This time the boxers are saying, no way, we're not letting you get that ball over. So
nice job by Michael. Setting to Cardozo. He's blocked. It goes out of play, though. And I think that's one of the benefits, too, of when you're playing right on the line and you're kind of hitting on an angle. If it gets, usually go back to where it came from, and you can sometimes, if you're able to clear after the swing, sometimes you get those to fall out of play on the block, which then gives you the ball back. It gives you the point. That drops in, and another ace for Keys. That one more of communication breakdown than just necessarily good placement, but Keys will take it to his credit in the third set. 16-13, 3-point game. Another good serve. Ty plays it. Delaney with the set going to the far side there. I could not see the number. That was 11 million. Joseph is on the back line right now, and I'm sure that's a welcome sight for the Hilltoppers. Third touch, got to send it over. Hilltoppers need a set. Branco straddling the line, going to Camara, trying to play the line soft touch, no good. Collision there for the Boxers. Blocked in front by DiCavallo, and Cardozo still in play. Tipped, Camara plays it. Branco with the set, coming back to Joe, and it's out of play.
Good rally there. One of those, the kind of first hit that Joe had over there was more of a kind of a push or a tip to that corner, and getting it to your setter when he's in the back row. Some good strategy there, so he is forced to take that first pass.
Keys going down to one knee. They're going to set up Camara again, and he tries to, again, lob it in there, kind of push it in, and couldn't get it to drop. Boxers, though, too many touches. Didn't get a good look at that. So Cardozo will serve for the Hilltoppers. Again, Durfee trailing here in the third set by 3. Trying to chip away. In the second set, Cardozo able to, what happened there?
No.
Again, gotta talk.
Yeah, sometimes I tell my girls this too. Sometimes you just got to be a little selfish when you're back there. And you know, that ball,
take it.
If you know you can get that ball, then you call it and you take it. And you know, the second you realize, hey, that ball's mine, you start calling it and you go for it. And it just
obviously,
happens.
it's going to be an easier play for Rebello, who's facing the ball. It's coming at him. He's going towards it, whereas Joe backing up on it. Keys has to send it back over. Joseph, that's going to be trouble. Hilltoppers get the point back.
Nice. Yeah, they're working hard. It's all about the communication there and being confident in your play, and know that if you're going to get it, you go get it. And it's tough when you see someone at the corner of your eye, though.
Yeah.
That looks like they're coming towards you, you know?
Joe had a jump serve last time, and it went long. He decides not to do that this time, and it lands right on the line for an ace. 18-16. Hilltoppers tied up the second set at 18 aside after trailing the whole time.
There we go.
And now it is 18-17. It's almost deja vu That one was returned and it went out of play, so basically unplayable. And Joe Camaro asked to keep it going again. That one out of play, trying to play the lines. Good idea, and you got Durfee within 2.
Yeah, Joe's been jump serving quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
so to actually see him stay on the floor and try to just kind of aim that serve is a little different for him, but seems to be working pretty good tonight.
Million will serve for Brockton. Haven't seen really any going to the net this third set for Brockton either. They've had they've had some good serves in this third set, and Joe sends that one long. So 20-17 now is the score. Brockton back out to a 3-point lead. Hilltoppers need to stop the bleeding right here. Branco tips it over and inbounds.
Nice.
Joseph was dashing in to try to get there, and he maybe just a step too late. That was beautiful. Good placement. Thomas Michael on the serve, looking for a reprieve. His last one went long as well. Joe got the reprieve, and now we'll see if Thomas can make amends too for his long serve. Good young player, and that is a good serve. Thomas is a sophomore. Plays that well. Branco lofts it for Nera, who sends it across to Ty on the other side. Joseph from the back row. That's out of play. No tip. Durfee within 1 once again. And a timeout. So since we have a timeout, we'll just take a look at the road ahead here for both sides. Hilltoppers will host Taunton on Friday, and then they head out on the road for 2. They go to Randolph and North Quincy next Monday and Wednesday. For Brockton on the other side, they're visiting Durfee tonight. Then they're off until Monday the 7th, so they're off till next Monday. They head to Taunton on Monday, and then next Wednesday they head to Quincy. They've played both schools once this season. Taunton they lost, Quincy they won in 4.
I believe that Taunton game on Friday, I believe that was moved.
Oh, might have been moved. Okay.
I think so.
I know there's been a lot of rescheduling going on.
There has been.
So it's very possible.
Between the AP Saturday sessions, between the proms and all sorts of stuff, yeah.
That's the latest calendar from the MIA, but again, yes, you're right. Sometimes these things change and the MIA hasn't had a chance to even update it yet, so got to play behind that blue line. It's out of play. We are tied at 20 aside. The Hilltoppers have pulled even, needing 5 points to take the match, up 2 sets to none. And Thomas Michael will keep serving here. 20-20 the score. Good serve. Coming towards the net. Nice job by Branco. Thomas will play it to Cardozo. Hilltopper send it over, but good job right there. And Doug, nobody again, there. Yeah. Brockton takes back over with a 1-point lead. And it will be Shane Phillips on the serve. Got to keep an eye on Joseph. He is back to the front line. Into the net. Short serve, and we've seen that happen to Phillips a few times tonight. And now Cam Branco, this is the guy you want serving right now. Seriously. Cardozo lost it to Joe. Joe's going to just send it over, try to let his line now defend and reset a bit. Keys, nice job, and a tough swing from Branco. Not his specialty. He's the setter, but he takes some swings. That one, unfortunately, not getting over. So Brockton back in front. Bruno with the serve. Keys looking to get it back, and he does.
Great pass by Joe there, and even better set, and amazing swing.
Yep. And it's just something about when they get it to Keys that the set is just a little lower and quicker. It's like they've really designed play.
Yeah, great to see.
Rebello serving with Durfee tied with Brockton 22 aside. Cardozo will loft it over the net. Back to Brockton's side. Look out for Joseph. Powerful swing. Knocks down Rebello, but Joe will keep it in. Branco calls, sends it over on the third touch. Great job on a hot ball. Keys lofts it over. Ty to Delaney. Blocked by Joe. Delaney tried to take it himself. Sending it over. We'll reset. Branco looking at Joe. Still in play. Third touch for Phillips. Setting up Cardozo now. Blocked. Branco keeps it in, but it's going to go backwards.
Man. Good fight.
What
there.
a
Great rally. Great job by both sides. Sometimes you get caught on your heels there on the defense because you're watching the other side to see what's happening, and I think our Durfee side got a little caught up on their defense, and we're on their toes for that one.
23-22 Brockton. Delaney serving. Thomas plays it. Branco with the set. Here's Keys. It is blocked. He'll have to loft it back up and try to get a reset. Ooh, should have let Cam take it. I'm surprised Cardoso did, but it's going to pan out for the Hilltoppers anyway.
Great job. Great job there. Yeah,
doesn't have to be pretty.
Right, and sometimes like that second ball when it's really tight to the net and over like that, you don't even need your setter to set that.
Yeah.
You know, he showed him there. It was close enough where he could swing at it.
Keys with the serve, and Joseph got to send it over because he didn't get a good first hit. Delaney setting to Florestal. Again, third time over. Ooh, that might have been going out, but Keys keeps it in. Kamara sending it. Ty, it's out. The Hilltoppers with a match point out of nowhere.
That came up quick. I didn't even realize.
Match point for Durfee just like that. Tommy, geez, I'm thinking of Conley. Danny Keys can win it here and seal the big three. Kamara looking to send it. Jalen Lee sends it over. Branco to the front. Joe redirects. Little lobber back to Delaney now. Joseph on the far side will keep it in. Branco trying to loft it. It's in! The Hilltoppers stun the Boxers with a sweep and take the big three for the first time in boys volleyball history.
That was awesome.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. That was a great play to end it. That was a great. He saw that open spot and went right for it. That was awesome. Great play by Cameron there.
Congratulations to the Durfee Hilltoppers, Coach Brendan Kelly, as they are 3-0 in the Big Three, and that's enough to give us a banner here at Durfee, an outright Big Three win for the first time in Durfee boys volleyball history, and well-deserved.
Yeah.
They're playing some darn good volleyball right now.
They really, really are. Maybe it was because we were commentating these last two games, right?
Don't feed Brendan with any extra incentive. Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy.
Congratulations, boys.
Great job, guys. Great job.
You know Brendan sent them over. It's exactly what you said.
He said, you know what it was? It was them two on the mic, and that's what did it.
Absolutely.
So superstitious. I love it.
It is. It's great. It's great. Well, what a match, I'll tell you. And that was to
fun.
Me, they stole game 3 too. Just like the third game, the second set. They stole the third one too. They trailed almost the whole time, and then in the blink of an eye, it's match point, and Brockton's like, what happened?
Exactly. That was great. That was great.
Unbelievable.
I don't even have words now. I'm so excited for them. I'm so happy for Coach Kelly. That is fantastic.
Well, that's going to do it here from the field house. The good news is the Hilltoppers win their conference. They win the Big Three. Hilltoppers have also clinched a playoff berth. They're now 8-5. So, got to keep playing hard-nosed volleyball because at 8-5, they've won now 4 in a row. We'd love to see a home match, a home game for the playoffs. I don't know if that's ever happened, to be honest with you.
No, we've never had that. We've always gone on the road. We're up at the Newtons and the North.
Yeah, let's make somebody come to Durfee this year. So we wish the Hilltoppers the best the rest of the way. We do have senior night on the calendar, but we haven't confirmed that date yet. So we're hoping to maybe get one more match in before playoffs. And, of course, now that the weather seems to have broken, we'll finally be able to get some softball and some baseball on the air in the coming week or so, as well as we'll have Big Three baseball next week. Brockton coming back, but baseball this time, coming to Skip Lewis Field. So let's hope for no rain. Skip Lewis Field had enough rain, I'll tell you.
I'll keep the weather we had today. That was
there you go. All right, this has been a lot of fun, folks. Thanks for tuning in. For Vanessa Combs and Molly O'Brien, broadcast partner, Kelly Bullier. We got something going here. This
We
is
do.
a good thing.
I think so.
This is good. I'm Evan Massard saying so long from Durfee.